let's be honest here. 99.99999% of the time, when somebody doesn't sound musical or they feel bad about their musical ability, what it all comes down to is bad rhythm. So today, I want to show you 5 steps that you can take, and you're going to be able to do all 5 of these steps today, and you're going to practice them again tomorrow and the day after that, and before you know it, these things are going to stick and you're going to sound musical, and nobody is ever again going to be able to say that you have shaky or rough or bad rhythm. Really quick before we get started, if you have not done so yet, I recommend you download my free ebook. It's free for all my subscribers, no strings attached. There's a link in the corner. It has all the most basic chord shapes, strumming patterns, chord progressions, some simple theory, all the stuff you need to get started and to excel. So grab your copy while it's still available. And if you're an absolute beginner, I have something special for you. It's a crash course, once again, completely free, which will help you learn your first 2 songs and help you build up that initial confidence and momentum on guitar. There's a link down below for that as well. Now, in order to get your rhythm together, I have 5 steps that you need to follow. And the first step is pretty simple. It's actually a lot of fun. It involves listening to music. I want you to write this down. Step 1 is to make a playlist. Whether you use Spotify or maybe you have some CDs or a record player, you're going to make a list of about 5 to 10 songs that you dream of playing on guitar, and you're just going to listen to those songs every day, and you're going to count along to them. Now, I can't play any famous music on my channel because that would obviously give me a copyright strike, but I want to demonstrate what it sounds like to count along to music. So this is one of my wife's songs, and I'm just going to count along to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's all you got to do. Just count along to your favorite songs. Just set aside 20 or 30 minutes every day. Crank some tunes and enjoy yourself. You know, you can even tell me in the comments down below what songs you want to do this with. And, you're just going to do that for a couple days. And then once you feel good about that, you're going to do the exact same thing, but you're also going to clap along to it. So you count 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you clap along. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And the whole reason why clapping is so important is because when we're counting, it's not as tight as when we're clapping. And I want to explain the concept of tight, because when I was going to music school, people were always just saying like, oh, this rhythm section's so tight, man. Or this drummer is so tight. And it's not just some like random adjective, or doesn't mean that they're cool or whatever. It actually means something musically. You know, when you're speaking, it takes a certain amount of time to say each word. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whereas when you're clapping, the clap takes up a very short amount of time. You know, you can see here, I just have like the sound wave. I'm just going to play with a metronome. So the metronome makes like a really sharp hit. And when I'm saying numbers with it, 1, 2, 3, 4. Those sound waves are like pretty wide, right? You can't really see where they line up with the click. Whereas when I clap, you can see if I'm off. You know, you can see everything. You can see when it's dead on, you can see when it's off. And you can totally hear that, whether you're aware of it or not, when something's like super on the beat. And in order to train yourself, we got to clap so that we can really hear if we're precise. And now our third step, we're simply going to take that clapping and we're going to do it on guitar instead. We're going to transfer it to guitar. All we got to do is just mute the strings, and then we can strum, and that's going to make, instead of like a big long fat chord sound, and this makes a clicking sound, which once again, when we look at the sound wave, is really spiky and short and, more importantly, precise. And we're going to learn to be precise as we strum downstrokes with that same song. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We just get used to playing along with it. And the next step after this is to add some upstrokes. And when you're counting, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. So the downstrokes are the on the numbers and the upstrokes are on the ands. So you just start going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You might have to slow down the song, like if you're on YouTube or whatever, just hit the gear icon and just take the time to get this right. And once you're able to do that with songs, that's when this really begins. That's when you can just load up a tune and just go along with it, just like that, with downstrokes and upstrokes that are locked into the song, that are tight. Remember, tight means precise. Tight means that we're playing the beat of the song, and it's gonna make you sound like you're, lining up with the song, right? And you just do that with tunes, and then it's just a matter of applying those strumming patterns that you already know, where you're basically just removing certain strokes. So instead of playing everything, you just miss sometimes. And you can do anything. Songs don't necessarily have like this strumming patterns for this song, this one's for this one. We'll pick ones that sound good and that work with it. Certain strumming patterns won't work with certain songs, but nothing is going to work if your rhythm isn't tight, right? So we got to get that first, and then we can apply all the patterns. Now, if you enjoyed today's lesson, I'm certain that you will enjoy my premium courses. I have one called Strumming Made Simple. It'll take you on a journey through everything that you need to sound like a confident strummer. It has over 50 lessons, a workbook, and a whole lot more. It even includes access to my private community, the Good Guitarist community, where you can ask me or any of the other members of the community any questions you have. You can even post videos of you playing, and I'll tell you exactly what I think you need to do in order to improve. And if that sounds good to you, I'll put a link in the corner and down below. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you did, please take a moment to subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, if you have a question, or maybe you just want to say hi. I really do appreciate all your support in that way. Otherwise, have a fun time practicing, and I'll see you soon.